Breaking news at noon. 2 Blue Ash police officers are now off the force, both recommended for termination following an investigation. 9 on Your Side reporter Allie Kramer joins us live with what we have learned in the last few hours. Allie?
And Julie, right now, 2 veteran police officers have been fired here in Blue Ash. The chief saying that it's pretty much blatant disregard for police department policies, slow response times in emergency situations, and flat out lying. It started on June 26th when patrol officers Gary McNeal and Sergeant Edward Charron were dispatched to the Frisch's Big Boy on Plainfield Road for a report of a man who wasn't breathing.
I was the first Blue Ash police officer on scene, and my response was a little over 5 minutes.
When Chief Scott Knoll beat his own officers to the scene, he launched an internal investigation. The chief says that investigation revealed neither McNeal nor Charron used their lights and sirens to get to the scene, and both failed to use the in-car video recording system.
They did not give a reasonable explanation to why they did not use lights and sirens.
And then the chief says the officers were untruthful when they didn't try to explain their response time.
One of the individuals indicated that the reason he did not respond lights and siren was that there was some radio transmission that indicated other officers were on scene, which would allow him to slow his response. In fact, that conversation never took place because there was no radio traffic.
McNeal was with the department for about 17 years. He's racked up a lengthy disciplinary record, including slow response time, neglect of duty, and disobeying orders. The chief says McNeal was suspended 3 times, and that history is part of why he was terminated. Charron, on the other hand, hasn't been disciplined since 2003, but the chief says a history of poor performance wasn't needed to terminate Charron.
This incident is so serious in nature that the progressive discipline policy does not apply. These are serious offenses.
The man who wasn't breathing at Frisch's did pass away, but the chief was clear that his medical history is what contributed to his death.
The response of my officers did not have any bearing on the eventual outcome.
So we talked with the chief just a little bit ago, and this is obviously difficult for the department and the fellow officers that are still working here. He says it can be difficult for morale because the officers that he has currently employed, of course, hold the department to the highest standard and would like the community to hold them to that same standard. So he says, of course, they will go on in the community here without those 2 officers, but certainly we'll be looking for new faces very soon. Reporting live in Blue Ash, Allie Kramer, 9 on Your Side.